Happy Friday. So I've had a lot of questions on how I do the dirty cup paint pour with my kids in my art club. So I'm going to show you how I mix the paints, the recipe, the consistency that I'm going for, and basically how I run it. All right, so I have pre-mixed these colors here already. I'm going to mix one over here so you can see how I do it. So I take about, a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of paint, something like so. I add just a dash of water. And then I use this stuff that's called Floetrol. I buy it from Lowe's. I'm sure Home Depot probably sells the brand as well. It is basically the stuff that you put into latex paint to be able to spray it with a paint sprayer. So it kind of thins out the paint. Then I mix each of these individually in a cup. Now, the consistency that I'm going for is that it drips off of the popsicle stick, but it doesn't flood off the popsicle steps. So notice it's drippy, but it's not like a huge total mess and streaming off of there. It's not clumps, that's not coming off. So that's the consistency I'm going for in all of the paints. So now I'll show you the next one. Okay, so the first thing I have the kids do is write their name on the back of the canvas. Sometimes the paint will come the whole way in, so sometimes it's smart to go on the wood, actually. Then I just use push pins in the corners so that, don't break them, so that the paint can drip off and it doesn't stick to the tray. You need a little bit off of the tray. All right, and then you make your base. So in the base, I do about a tablespoon of white. I add about the same of Floetrol in there, and then I mix this up. Now, I normally use those 9-ounce Dixie cups. This is a bigger cup. I just ran out the other day when I did it with all the kids. I had to buy more. So I'm not going to fill this up to my halfway point that I normally do. I don't know. 1/3 is probably plenty. In all of the colors that I mixed, I added silicone spray. So I just do little spits in them, mix them all up. This is just the silicone spray that I have from home. It's what I use on the back of my lawnmower so the grass doesn't stick. I'm sure you could use other kinds, but that is what works for me. It makes good cells, so I'll like it. Supporting. All right, I do not put water in the base. The water, the Floetrol, the paint, and the silicone spray goes in all of the colors, but it does not go in the base. The only thing in the base is the white and the Floetrol. So once you have your base done, you're ready to start pouring into there. So let's start yellow. Okay, so I pour in. Sometimes it sits on top, sometimes it floats down in there. It just kind of depends on the thickness of the paint that you've made. Remember, I kind of like it to be a little bit drippy, but not watery. I don't like it to glob in there. I feel like you get better paint pours when it's that good consistency. All right, I am almost at where I want to be. That one was a little more watery, but I think it's because the paint's old. All right, so I am right about here with the level of the paint. So now I am going to put that on. This is only an 8x10 canvas, so I do not need a full cup. So I turn it over, set it right on top of the cup, put my hand on top, do the flip. That's the part that the kids are most afraid of. They're really afraid they're going to spill it. All right, so after it's flipped over, it's ready for you just to yank it off. I use the extra drippings just in the corners to help the paint flow there. Got some nice colors going on in here. Some nice colors going on in here. And I will have the kids reuse the same base cup, even though it's all kind of dirty. Just have them add a little bit more Floetrol, a little bit more white, go right in there. I'll do the same to use it when paints. Then you kind of have to help this flow. So I want to get every corner. Sometimes it just doesn't want to go over a corner. Your hands do get a little messy. There we go. Okay. Just have to get this in. So after you kind of move your canvas around, coat the surface, then you lay it flat again, and all those lovely drippings will come off. I've done it before where I actually put paper underneath there, and you get some cool kind. I've done it before where I actually put paper underneath there, and you get some cool kind of prints on there. I like these cafeteria trays because you can actually peel the acrylic off of there and make projects with them. So that's what we've been doing with them. Is a close-up of that paint pour. So you can kind of see all those beautiful cells in there. It's all really nice and shiny and glossy right now because it's super wet paint. But when this dries, it gets a little duller. So I do like to coat them. If I had all the money in the world, I would put resin all over them. But I don't. So I just buy that triple thick